Okay, here we are with the Successful Co-Angler. This is going to be a series of videos on how to be successful as a co-angler. That's right, fishing out of the back of the boat. Now I'm over here on the passenger side, which might seem funny for me, but I fished a lot of tournaments as a co-angler. I don't know, I mean, I fished well over 20 tournaments as a co-angler, really enjoyed it, really got to meet some good people. I mean, I fished in the back of Larry Nixon's boat, I fished in the back of Timmy Horton's boat, I fished in the back of a number of other anglers' boats and had a good experience. There's a handful of different things that I'm gonna tell you in this one kind of initial setup video, but we're gonna bring you all kinds of stuff, like exactly the types of baits that you need to throw in the spring, the summer, fall, when your guy's bed fishing, how to fish off the graph if he leaves it on, all those kind of videos, we're gonna bring those to you. If anything else, while you think about it, hit it down there in the comments right now. But let me give you some of the basics on how to fish as a co-angler. Number one, bring your own life jacket. Make sure you bring your own life jacket, make sure it fits, make sure you know how to have it buckled up and all that kind of stuff so that you stay safe when you're out here, because on this side, you don't have control of that side. So make sure you definitely have that. Always bring a rain gear. I don't care what it says on the forecast, always bring your rain gear, always bring sunglasses for sure, always bring those. Always bring your own sunscreen in case you might need it. Bring your own food and put all of that stuff in preferably a waterproof bag that you can keep under your legs. If that box is not open for you, I think most boaters are supposed to leave that box open for you. Sometimes they end up filling it up. Sometimes they put some stuff in there. They don't leave you all the space that you should have. Make sure that you have your stuff preferably in a waterproof bag that you can just keep under your legs. And you can keep it right there near where you are. But then the other thing is number of rods. Always strap your rods when you're getting out there. See, I'm gonna find this strap before we get going. I'm gonna find this strap, pull it out, and I'm gonna make sure I strap all my rods every time the boat goes anywhere so you don't lose any rods. I've seen that multiple times with my co-anglers. I've never lost a rod because I always strapped them, but I would bring between 3 and 6 rods. 8 is the absolute maximum. If you bring more than 8 rods, all you're gonna be doing is untangling your rods the entire day. I have seen it time and time again. A lot of times I would tell my co-anglers, bring as many rods as you want, because I didn't want them to feel like they were being cornered and could only bring a couple things. I can bring whatever they want to bring. Man, if a guy brought more than 8 rods, they were just untangling their rods all day. That's all they ended up doing. Try to have a good conversation with your boater before you get out there about the general kind of stuff they're going to be doing. They don't want to divulge too much. You know, they're not going to tell you, I'm throwing a 3/16 ounce shaky head in brush piles in 3 to 7 feet of water, and I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be fishing it real. Like, they're not going to get too technical with you probably the day before, because they don't want you running your mouth to all everybody else that you know. But they might tell you, hey, I might fish a few brush piles. And you might say, hey, how deep? Less than 10 feet of water, more than 20 feet of water. Give you an idea so you know kind of what size weights to get going. Try to have that conversation ahead of time. But one of the things I've seen that makes a huge difference in how the day goes is that when you're a co-angler, before you even get to where you can make your first cast, whether it's in the boat that morning, whenever you meet your boater, man, ask them about the day. Are y'all gonna make a long run or a short run? Almost every boater will tell you, hey, we're gonna make a short run, we're gonna make a long run. We might bounce around during the day. Get an idea how much he's going to run and try to compensate that boater for the gas that they're going to burn that particular day. I think $20 is kind of a minimum. If they say, hey, we're going to make a decent sized run, I think at least offer them 40. If I ever got more than 20 bucks from a co-angler, I was happy. I felt like that was a really nice gesture. And if you do that before the day begins, I'm telling you, your day will go a lot better, because it shows that you respect them and you respect what they're doing enough to go ahead and compensate them for the gas money gesture ahead of time. And then the whole day usually goes a lot better. When you ask a question, a lot of times they tend to tell you. a little bit more. So those are just the kind of things that we're gonna bring you here in this video series with the Successful Co-Angler. That's right, Johnny Ryder. That's what you can call me, because I'll be over here. We're gonna talk with other successful co-angler anglers and see what they have to say about different tips, different techniques, and different things to do to be successful for catching fish out of the back of the boats. If you have any other general tips for everybody out there, please drop them down there in the comments. We would love to hear what you have to say. But I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna unhook my rods. I'm gonna grab my favorite finesse technique, a little micro jig, and I'm gonna get out here and start fishing from the back of the boat. If you're making a short run, sometimes you can just leave your life jacket on and then you can fish, you know, really to the last second. And man, the other thing I will say real quick before we go on this video is that be the best net man that you can be. We'll probably do a whole video in the future on how to net somebody else's fish. That is a good way to get into good graces with your boater, to be able to net their fish properly, and we'll go over that as well. But if the worst thing you can do is stab at the fish, I'll just tell you that, give you a little sneak peek. But we're just gonna go stand up and start fishing out of the back.